What's a school rumor you heard as a kid that turned out to be true years later? Everyone said our cafeteria lady, Mrs. Morales, was secretly rich, like millionaire rich. We used to joke about it all the time. Why would someone with serious money spend their days serving soggy pizza and mystery meat to kids who complained no matter what? It made no sense. The rumor started because nothing about her added up. She drove a beat-up 1995 Honda Civic with rust spots and a cracked windshield. But kids noticed she always wore designer shoes, Louis Vuittons, Jimmy Choos, stuff that cost more than what most teachers made in a month. Her purse was always Gucci or Prada. When kids asked her about it, she'd act genuinely confused. Oh, this old thing. Found it at Goodwill, she'd say with a straight face. Another thing, she knew everything. Which parents were getting divorced, who couldn't afford lunch, whose dad had just lost his job. She had this almost supernatural ability to sense when kids were struggling. She'd quietly slide extra food to hungry students and pretend it was just leftovers that were about to go bad. No questions, no attention, just help. I always thought she was just really nosy and insanely lucky at thrift shopping. Everything changed senior year. My family completely fell apart. My dad lost his construction job when the company went under. My mom was dealing with a chronic illness and couldn't work. We were suddenly living paycheck to paycheck. Some days my lunch was just saltine crackers because that's all we had. Mrs. Morales noticed immediately. She started accidentally making too much food every day. Extra sandwiches, leftover soup, cookies that were supposedly about to expire. She'd pack it up and hand it to me with a wink. Always making sure no one else saw so I wouldn't feel embarrassed. One afternoon in December, she pulled me aside after lunch. Call applications are due soon, she said. You applying anywhere? When I told her we couldn't afford application fees, let alone tuition, she just nodded sadly and squeezed my shoulder. 2 weeks later, I got the most shocking phone call of my life. A lawyer told me an anonymous donor had set up a full scholarship in my name. 4 years of tuition, room, board, books, everything at my dream school. I immediately suspected Mrs. Morales. When I tried to thank her, she acted genuinely confused. That's wonderful, sweetheart, she said. Must be someone who believes in you. But I caught her smiling when she thought I wasn't looking. Throughout college, mysterious checks appeared whenever I needed them. Laptop broke, fixed overnight, couldn't afford textbooks. They showed up on my doorstep. I'd call Mrs. Morales to tell her about my luck. She'd always say, God works in mysterious ways. After graduation, I moved across the country for work, but I sent her Christmas cards every year. She always wrote back in her shaky handwriting, asking about my job, my girlfriend, my life. She always signed in the same way. Love your cafeteria, Mom. Last month, I got devastating news. Mrs. Morales had passed away peacefully in her sleep at age 78. I flew back for her funeral, expecting a small service. Instead, the church was packed. Hundreds of former students, all looking just as confused as I felt. That's when her lawyer stood up and read her will. Mrs. Morales had inherited over $8 million when her wealthy husband died 20 years earlier. She could have lived anywhere, done anything, but she chose to keep working in our school cafeteria because she genuinely loved taking care of kids. Then the lawyer read a list, the names of students she'd secretly put through college over the past 2 decades. 47 names. Mine was the very first. Through tears, he explained she quietly paid for tuition, living expenses, and emergency funds for dozens of kids whose families couldn't afford higher education. She made him promise to keep it secret until after she died. She never wanted gratitude. She never wanted recognition. She just wanted to make sure no kid's dreams died because of money. I still have her last Christmas card. It says, so proud of the man you've become. Love your cafeteria, Mom. Now I know why her shoes were always so expensive.